Howard, thanks very much for joining us today for the Programme Management Best Practice Forum. It was great to hear the work that you're doing within the Olympics programme. Could you possibly just tell us the major challenges that you face in the delivery of such a complex piece of work into the Olympics?
You can summarise it probably in three key areas. I think one is that we have a finite time to deliver this. There's an absolute end stop on the programme. So in what is now 305 days till the Olympics start on the 27th of July 2012. And although I've worked on a number of programmes before where there's been a sort of an espoused view about a drop dead date, I think this one is absolute. The Olympics have to go ahead and they have to start on that day. So I think that's the first one. With that brings a couple of really key challenges, and I think there are two things really. One is about making sure that us as a team are ready. So I have to make sure that my team have got the right skill sets, we've delivered the right parts of the programme in the right place at the right time, in a very complex stakeholder environment, working with a whole range of partners. And then the final area is managing a really quite vast array of dependencies, which will have to be delivered in order for us to meet our timescales. Dependencies as diverse as access to venues, right the way down to trivia around providing the right sort of power in the locations at the right time. Okay,
so there's it sounds to me like there's some traditional hard project management work that's being undertaken there, but it sounds like there's also a lot of more relational piece. You talked about the people that you need to have in the right place and in the right frame at the time. Can you just talk about that second issue about how you're dealing with some of those people issues and the kind of way that you're having to work to be able to deliver, as I said, such a complex piece of work?
I think it's interesting in that the relationship management really flows at all levels through the programme. So currently my team are around about 240 people working directly on delivering the Olympics from a BT perspective, but we'll probably flex that to about 850 during next year. And the relationship management, because we have to deliver this absolutely right first time next year, it will only work through those relationships, and so I'm managing relationships, a whole range of stakeholder relationships at my level as the overall leader of the programme. I'm dealing with other parts of my organisation. I'm also crossing boundaries into other technology partners who have to come together and deliver the games flawlessly, and then I'm also dealing with other parts of the industry, both in terms of regulators and also the various government bodies. And if you take that kind of mix of stakeholders and then flow that all the way through the levels of my organisation, you'll find even down on the ground in a venue, one of my guys who's delivering a venue and is the project manager and also the customer relationship manager has to deal with exactly the same issues. They'll be dealing with many of the same stakeholder groups at their level of the programme in the same way that I am. And so what we try and do is get our teams on the ground early so that we have a long time to build those relationships. And I think one of the benefits of the Olympics is we have this concept of a series of test events which are clustered in groupings over a 12-month period. And those are a great opportunity to really test and build those relationships and refine those relationships in almost an Olympic-like setting. It's not quite the same scale and intensity, but it gives us an idea. So we try and work on it on that basis.
Great. So I have to ask the question, how's it going?
So with 305 days to go, so being in September in 2011 and looking forward to next July, I think so far so good. I think at a programme level we're meeting all of our contractual obligations, which is great. We've just gone through the first cluster of 16 test events and really pleased to say we came through those really in a good shape and a great performance. I think in terms of the team and the relationships, they were very good. My team's very motivated, can't wait for the next set of test events to start, which really start in Anger in November. Yeah, so far so good. I think I'll let you know at the end of the Paralympic Games in September 2012. But all the indicators at the moment point to a very successful Games for us.